Hello friend, welcome to all of you. This lecture number 6. In the previous lecture, we are discussed now on the licensing and branch licensing of banking companies under the BR Act 1949. So every banking company, whether it is the cooperative bank or the public sector bank, nationalized bank or private bank, they need the prior permission of the Reserve Bank of India under the Bank Regulation Act 1949. And under the section 23, every banking company need to prior permission from the RBI for expansion of branches or opening of new branch. But whenever they want to open their branch for the promotion purpose or the participation in exhibition, mega trade fairs, that time they need not permission from the RBI. Today we are discuss now the another point is the powers of RBI under the Bank Regulation Act 1949. So Bank Regulation Act 1949 is mentioned some of the provisions, and the provision of the section 35A, 36, 36A, 36AD and 38 is they mention the powers of RBI, and the section 21 is about the branch licensing. So 21 is about the advancing of loan. So advancing of loan is related to the next provision. The provision of Bank Regulation Act 1949 do not apply to the all the nationalized bank, but some of the specific provision to apply the nationalized bank. So some of the provision, provision of the section 35A, 36, 36A and D is regarding the powers of RBI, and section 21 is the control of advances. So let us start with our points. So our point is the powers of RBI under the Bank Regulation Act 1949. So start with the Reserve Bank of India. We know the Reserve Bank of India is the established according to RBI Act 1934, 1st April 1935, and it is established under the recommendation of the Hilton Young Commission, also known as the Royal Commission of India and Finance. And initially RBI started with only the private shareholders paid up capital of 5 crore rupees, and the RBI was nationalized on the 1st January 1949 accordance with the RBI transfer to the Public Ownership Act 1948. So RBI became nationalized in 1949, 1st January 1949. So it is the logo of the RBI and it is the RBI building. We know the logo of the RBI and the building. So we get the information of the RBI, which is established in 1935 and nationalized 1st January 1949. And Bank Regulation Act 1949, BR Act 1949 give more powers to RBI for controlling of the all types of bank, for regulate the all banking companies functions and the given direction to their functions. So Bank Regulation Act 1949, some of the provisions is regarding the powers of RBI. So under BR Act 1949, Act is given large powers, supervision, control, direction, inspection to all types of the books of the banking company. These powers changed by the RBI from time to time of the various amendment. The amendment of the 1949, 1963, the 1965, 1974, 1994 and 2012. Some of the important provision regarding the powers of RBI we discuss now here. So first is the control of advances under section 21. So RBI has got power to control of advances by banking companies under clause 2. The empower of the RBI is given direction to the banking companies in general, direction to the banking companies in general or any one bank or the group of banks to particular how they control their loans and advances. So powers of RBI about the advances is the looking by the RBI the purpose of which advance may or may not be made. The margin may be maintained respect as secured advances or not. The maximum amount of advance or other financial accommodation which having the regard with the paid up capital resources deposit of the banking company, and any other relevant consideration may be made by the banking company at any one company to any company, firm, association, person or individual. So powers of RBI, the section 21 is about the control of over advances. So what purpose of advance is sanctioned by the banking companies? What are the margin maintained as per the law or not? The whatever maximum amount is given to particular person, firm or the institution, and the any other point which is the relevant to the loans and advances. So powers of RBI control over advances is decide the maximum amount to which having the regard the consideration of referred to the clause 2. The guarantee may be given by the banking company on behalf of any company, firm, association, person or individual, and what are the rate of interest and what are the terms and condition is charged to institution or person, other financial accommodation made or the guarantee may be given is checked by the RBI under the section 21. And the second is about the checking of malpractices. So RBI checked the all these banking company whether are working as per the rules and law or not, and checking their all malpractices, verify their works and give certification. So that purpose. So subsection 2 is about the checking the malpractice, speculative activity. The amendment was introduced in this section. The RBI given directives to the banking company. The what purpose of should loans are given or not given. What are the margin maintained by the every banking company? What are the interest rate charge or the commission charge? And what are the guarantees they accepted to whenever they advance the loans? Because whenever they looking to profitability, they involve into the speculative activities and they neglect the functions or the security and liquidity. That's why the checking of malpractices is necessary. The maximum amount of the shares of advances a bank may or make or guarantee that may be given for single party and regard paid up capital, resources and deposit of bank. So any one single party, institution or firm may not be sanctioned a larger amount, because the whenever the time of the recovery of loan, that time the individual one firm or company is maybe difficult, and that time the bank into the trouble. So these kind of things are checking by the banking company. The guaranteeing licenses, which is we earlier our previous lecture discussed, the section 22 and 23 is about the licensing of banking companies and the transfer the branches or the expansion of branches under section 23 is the under the RBI power. The next is the about the unclaimed deposit under section 26. The unclaimed deposits means now these days the persons open so many accounts in different banks, like the person opened the account in SBI, HDFC and Bank of Maharashtra, Bank of Baroda, and whenever he transfer from one place to the other place, that time he not looking the previous account and not return to claim his deposit. These types of unclaimed deposits, sometimes customer is dead and that time when the family member is unknown about his deposits, that time it's not claimed for their money and it's unclaimed deposit under section 26. So empower the RBI to call the return regarding deposit which are the inoperative for over the 10 years at the end of every calendar years. This amount will be deposits in the depositors education and awareness funds. So these unclaimed deposits when the waiting for the 10 years, and after 10 years it's deposit into the depositors education and awareness fund. The awareness and the promotion functions and advertisement for the how to use the ATM, how to use the new technology. So this money used for the depositors education and awareness fund. So RBI was appointed as a committee to use money from this fund and create awareness among the customers. So crores of rupees the collected by the RBI under the unclaimed deposit under section 26. But in case of wherever the account holder return after the 10 years, the account holder can claim this money and that bank shall bounded to pay him with their interest rate. Also, if the customer is dead and after that nominees claim his deposit, so there is the obligation on the bank to return their deposit. So about the unclaimed deposit, the section 26 is explained that this money is returned after 10 years to RBI and is deposited into the depository education and awareness fund. Next is the publishing information under section 27. The RBI has also power to publish the information. It can be information under section 27 and it's authorized publish any information which may be think it is a fit to the publish and necessary in the public interest. However, this is not a binding on the RBI to publish each and every information. So RBI publish the monthly bulletin, RBI annual report, and the mention the what is the current CRR, SLR, and what is the NPA, what is the bank rate in the economy, what is the quarterly, half yearly, and yearly the monetary policy situation of the economy. So RBI publishing the various information into the RBI bulletin and RBI report. The next is the regulation of non-banking institutions under section 45H. The Reserve Bank of India has been empowered to regulate and prohibit to non-banking institutions from soliciting the deposit from the public issue and prospectus of or advertisements. So bank can be restrict to non-banking financial company for collect the deposits and collect the deposit from the through of the advertisement. So information the published by the RBI under section 27 and regulation of the non-banking institutions under the section 45H. So these are the section we mentioned. The next point is the removal of offices, section 36AA and 36AB. The Reserve Bank has the power to remove managerial and other person from the offices and appointment additional directors. So RBI have the vast power about the removal of officers and remove of the managerial and other persons and additionally appointed of the directors. So removal of offices is mentioned in the section 36A and 36AB. So RBI, the next is power is the RBI power, the supervision and control under section 36. So RBI power to supervise the work of banking company and control their functions under section 36. So RBI has appointed on one or more officer to observe the manner which affairs the banking company and branches are being conduct. So RBI appoint one or more officers to supervise the work of banking companies and their branches. These powers of RBI, they expanded the section 36A AA and BR Act 1949. The bank collect the public deposits and that's why there the responsibility on the banks to protect the interest of the public, and the public money used by the bank officers, directors and employees is controlled by the RBI. So there are the responsibility on the shoulder of the RBI to take proper care of the interest of the depositors and public and prevent and restrict the officers and directors and employees to use of the public money. And Power of supervision and the control section 36 also explain the RBI is enjoying the vast power day to day supervision and control of banking company. RBI may a person from the authority of chairman, directors, chief executives, officers, even employees who are responsible for misuse of deposits. So bank collect the public deposits, and that's why the bank is responsible for the public deposits. So proper use of the public deposit is necessary. That's why the supervision and control function of the RBI is necessary under the BR Act 1949. The person so removed will have the right to appeal to the central government within the 30 days. The person removed under this section shall not initiate the claim any compensation for the loss or termination of his job and offices. So under the public interest protection, RBI can remove any officers and managers, but he can apply within the 30 days, but he not the claim on the RBI about any loss and the compensation under the section 36. So RBI has the power to remove officers, managers and employees for protecting the public interest. And this time the employee or the managers apply for the RBI within the 30 days, but not claim for the loss and termination of the job from the offices. The next is the power of audit and inspection under the section 30 and section 35. It is a very important section. This section highlights the power of RBI regarding the inspection and the scrutiny, undertaking the audit and inspection. RBI has appointed officers and they should be dispatched or furnished copy of inspection and the scrutiny to banking company, and they observe the audit and the report and various balance sheet and prepare report and send to the RBI. So under the section 30 and 35, the RBI can appoint the officer for the audit of banking company, and they inspect the banking company's functions and various record and prepare the one RBI report and sending to the RBI. So powers of RBI audit section 30 is the exercise the corporate governance in banking system. So RBI has exercised the corporate governance in the banking system. Under the corporate governance, the audit of banking company is the important aspect. So auditing of the banking company is the important aspect under the corporate governance. For that the purpose, RBI has introduced the parallel audit system, the internal audit system, internal auditor appointed to the checking the all transaction of banking company, revenue audit and branch inspection is also conducted by the RBI under the various clause. The concurrent audit is also done by the RBI. So RBI has the constitution independent audit committee of board. So RBI is created the independent audit committee board to audit of the banking company. They create the separate on board of banks. They create separate post of compliance officer for the smooth functioning of audit committee. So RBI making separate board and appoint separate officer for the auditing of banking companies and observe their functions. So powers of RBI under section 30 we looking the here. The next is about the powers of inspection in section 35. As per the powers of RBI may has its own initiative or the instance from the government undertakes an inspection of any banking company. So anytime the RBI the inspect the any banking company and the banking company's branch, how they are actually functioning and how they are the working in practices. So and it checking the record, the books of account, annual financial inspection committee focus on the major things like the solvency, liquidity, the capital adequacy, asset liability of management, profitability and overall the operation health of the bank. So whenever the committee is appointed to inspection of the any banking company, they looking at the various things like the bank is maintain their liquidity liquidity, yes or not, or they maintain the adequate capital ratio, the better capital, or create a reserve fund or not, their profitability and overall banking health they inspect about the banking. And they check various record, the record book of yearly account book, the balance sheet of the banking company, and the annual report of banking company. So various things checking by this inspection committee. And for powers of inspection, section 35 is also mentioned. The inspection officer prepare the report and highlight the major area of the operation that need immediate rectification. What are the things is the mentioned in the report, what are the things to improve by the bank, and what are the area is the weakness of the bank is the mentioned in the report. The central government concluded that the affair of the bank's company are not conducted properly and economical, and other assistance is also provided such banking company. So this report showed that how the banking company working good or not, and that time RBI take the decision about the banking company for the prohibit of banking company from receiving fresh deposit or apply to the High Court for winding up the business of concerned banking company. So when the RBI think that the bank is not properly run and not economically run, and other assistance also provide such banking companies is not good as per the rules and regulation, so they prohibit or restrict to banking company for receiving fresh deposit, or they apply to the High Court the winding up of the particular banking company. So power of inspection section 35 is also important regarding the inspection and the prohibition to banking companies. The next is the punishment to certain activity under section 36 AD. As per the section 36 AD of Bank Regulation Act 1949, RBI has power to control such activity like prohibit a bank employee for demonstration related to their services conditions. So many times the banking employee they demonstrate against the customer, against the officers about their terms and conditions, their salary, their working hours, the causing any obstruction to the public, any person entering or living in banking company. So enter into the banking company and living of banking company, they are creating obstruction. If create the abstraction in front of the people during the business hours from the caring or any business other than the banking businesses, and the person the doing the any other businesses in the working hours and create obstruction to banking business, that time the punishment is mentioned in the under section 36 AD. So sometime the employee the call for the strikes like this one. So these strikes is the against of the public interest, against they demonstrate in front of the officers and public, and the abstraction create for the entering the people in the bank, and they doing the other businesses in the working hours, that time the punishment made the under section 36 AD. So if misguided to the depositors about the banking policies, when the banking business is carried on the against of the determination of the interest of the depositors, and the person the contravening about the provision without any reasonable excuse shall be punishable. So this kind of activity is the punishable. So abstraction create for the customers the doing other businesses in working hours and the demonstration against the people. So these are the activities the misguide the depositors about the banking policy. These are the activities the punishable. So the provision of that the imprisonment for a term which may extend it to 6 months, or which fine which may extend it for maximum 1000 rupees, or both, means 6 month imprisonment and 1000 rupees, and sometimes both are charged for the persons for their misbehave in the banking working hours. So it is the obligation on the bank officers and the bank employee to good behave if their behavior not as per the rules, so their behavior must be punishable. So imprisonment is the important. So what we looking into this video, we summarize that the powers of RBI to control of advances under section 21, the what purpose loan given or not given, checking malpractices, various activities run by the banking, the checking malpractices, granting license section 22 and 23, the unclaimed deposits like the section 26, the unclaimed deposit over the 10 years, these deposits the return to the RBI and deposit into the fund which is the for the promotion of banking activities and educate the customers. Publishing information, when the RBI thinks it's important to publish the information regarding the NPA, banking, audit reports grade, so that time it is the mention here. The regulation of the banking companies is also important under section 44H. The removal of officer under section 36A, 36AB, the RBI supervision and control, the section 36, powers of RBI audit section 30, powers of the inspection section 35, and punishment for the create obstruction for the customers and misguide the customer under section 36 AD. And the references, you can refer the books, the Mukund Mahajan book for banking law and practices, and the Sangre B, TN and Sarve Varade banking law and practices success publication. These two books you can refer for this topic. An assignment question, what question will be asked on this topic? They explain in detail the powers of RBI under section various section and powers of RBI under BR Act 1949 for 12 marks. So these are the questions asked on this topic. Explain in details powers of RBI under BR Act 1949. So thank you for watching this video, and next time we are looking the another point.